Hey Russ, I love your background. Look at all those guys. Holy
Thank-
smokes, that's amazing.
No X-Men, but one day.
No, but still, it's incredible.
Appreciate it. Well, thank you for, helping bring your work to the, X-Men 97. People love it. I've enjoyed what I've seen so far of it, so congratulations there.
Thank you, thank you.
My first question for you is I can't imagine the pressure that, you were under when trying to do justice to the legacy that the original show has. So how do you manage, all of that while, working to create something that perfectly fits this reboot?
Yeah, I think, yeah, there's always pressure in any project, especially when it's something you just don't want to mess up something that you love so much. I think personally, even as a kid watching the show, you remember it a certain way. So I think there was that added additional like input on it. And so I think the answer to that is always doing multiple versions. So that way you're trying different things, you're exhausting other possibilities. So when it finally comes to give other choices, you can just, present different ideas and narrow down what's working, what's not working, which is always the saving grace because you don't necessarily know. You sometimes can think you know.
Yeah, given that intense pressure, how good did it feel to see the reception to the show and how positive it's been?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I mean, it's a huge, yeah, it's a huge relief. I mean, I think even if you feel good about something, there's always in the back of your head, like, is this going to be received well? Especially when you're dealing with things like these kinds of IP, where the fan base is just so, they're so supportive. But when it's not done well, it maybe not be as supported.
With how good the work is that you guys did on season one, are you guys already working on the confirmed season two and three
So yeah,
coming?
we're working on season two, but we haven't started yet. I know a little bit of the storylines, characters, which but we haven't actually got into writing yet.
Is it up in the ante from season one?
It's always up in the ante. I mean, it's pretty intense what happens. Yeah, I immediately when I was told, I was just like, oh my gosh, what's happening? This is incredible. So as a fan, just as a fan alone, I'm very excited.
Now, how often, when working on the show, do you guys find yourselves shaping specific musical cues or moments to whatever character is actively getting the spotlight?
Yeah, I mean, early on, we try to write themes and motifs to sort of like, with this character as their arc is sort of going throughout the show. Their themes will either sometimes expand or maybe because you get maybe 30 seconds at one place for one character and later on you get 3 minutes for another. So we do have opportunity to build on those, and we try to have themes and characters already super duper sort of worked out prior to actually us writing on the show. So we have stuff to already pull from.
Back for the Miss Marvel finale, right on Disney Plus. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige got involved to, have the original X-Men animated series theme played during a crucial moment. Did he have any special requests when it came to, X-Men 97 and your work?
Yeah, no, I know that I mean, they had acquired the rights to obviously to the theme song, which is huge because I can't imagine the show without that, just as a viewer. And I think nailing the tone and the balance of how it progresses throughout the show is super super important. And I know that he was watching sort of the episodes as we would go, and we got if we got any feedback of anything we needed to change or anything, and it was all very positive, very supportive. So as far as I know, he's happy with the way the show is, but hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so. I would assume so. For you, what are your favorite X-Men characters, whether they made it into the show or not?
Yeah, I mean, a couple I definitely can talk about. Magneto and Storm for me are definitely some favorites. Magneto is just such an intricate, but yeah, he's a very complicated character, and I feel like people love to hate him. But I just really really love sort of his scope of how where he comes from, how powerful he is, and then there's of course Storm. I think she's super underrated, and she's so powerful that it's great to sort of see her shine when she does. And so that was very very rewarding to see that. I know if Andy was here, he would say Beast is his favorite because sort of stays out of the way, stays out of trouble, but he's intellectual. He's just sort of kind of he's happy doing his job, you know, listening to some music in his little tech room. You know, it's
The MCU itself will eventually have more mutants in live action one day. Given
yes.
your work on this animated series, have you guys like tried to pitch to Marvel Studios about like maybe work that you want to do when they eventually get there?
I mean, we would be honored to work on obviously on X-Men, and I mean, I think we've made that publicly known that we're huge fans and that we love it, and we'd love a shot at it. But I know it's early days, and I think they're getting involved. But I mean, what's that's super exciting, especially some of the the rumors that I've heard about what they're working on. It's super exciting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just as a fan, I mean, I'm pumped to see it, and I'm pumped to see even Deadpool and Wolverine coming up, and we have nothing to do with that. So it's exciting. But yes, to answer your question, I mean that would be huge. That'd be amazing to to work on something like that.
Now, it's easy to talk about all the stuff that you guys put, in the series in honor of the original animated series, but with X-Men 97, what are some of the things that are completely unique for this iteration that you are most proud of?
I think I'm really proud of just, I mean, even as the team itself, it's just like everyone works so hard on the show to really not just service the fans, but also the story and the comic books and sort of where it comes from and the IP of it all. And I think that you know, it's when you watch a movie, at least for me, you get at least I get very forgiving of like, okay, the story's a little cheesy here, or this isn't that great, or they really ventured off from the comics. It's not quite, it doesn't quite hit the spot, and but yet you're like, but it's the X-Men, and it's like then there's this is happening and this is happening. You get excited about it, and you kind of forgive it. But when you think back on it, it's just like, wow, that was really cool. Or this was really cool, but the story maybe had some things that you were just that bumped you. I really love the story they put together for X-Men 97. I think the writing is exceptional. I think the animation and the way it all came together, I'm super proud of it because I think that it'll be inspiring, at least I hope so, for other X-Men projects because that's the original X-Men series that inspired movies and inspired other things. So I'm hoping that this one, does as well.
Now, I want to pivot real quick.
Yeah.
IMDb lists you as, working on Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Is there anything you
Yeah.
can tease about that project?
I mean, officially, we we haven't heard much about that one. I know that they're sort of gathering all the elements together. Obviously, we would love to come back and do that. We love working with the director; she's amazing. And yeah, what I've heard of what's in the works is very exciting, but at the moment, it's a bit of like rumors, like even for us. So I would be guessing at it, but I know that with the success, obviously, it's the first one. I know that they really want this to be special and great. So I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Well, thank you for talking with me about X-Men 97. I've enjoyed all of it so far, and I look forward to the rest of the season. You guys are probably gonna have a long run on this show. You got season 2, and I'm sure you'll keep on going with it. So
Oh, thank you so much.